What is your name?
Annalie Arbeitman.
And what year are you at William Joel?
I'm a sophomore here.
And please state your religion.
I am both Jewish and Christian.
What is your religion?
I am Catholic.
I would say more so an agnostic atheist, because I really don't deny that there could be anything out there other than us, but at the same time, I don't know if there is, and I don't know if I would necessarily view it as a deity unless it was. So I think I'd be fine either way.
My name is Bhupendra Vora, and I follow Sikh religion.
Well, I grew up in a family where half of them follow the religion of Judaism and half Christianity, so it's pretty special to be able to do both, because in the Bible they say Jews are the apple of God's eye because he himself was a Jew.
It's my identity. You can look me at the road and you can say, hey, Sikh is going because of my turban.
My religion means a lot to me. I would say that a big part, and like a lot of people in me, is that your religion is part of your identity. And so a lot of people identify with what religion they are, and I would say I also identify with what religion I am and almost like categorize myself into that area.
So obviously, there's the Christian Bible, and then there's the Torah. The Torah is pretty much the Old Testament of the Christian Bible. So it, the New Testament of the Christian Bible talks about Jesus coming back as the Messiah, and that's where the Torah stops. So pretty much Jews believe that the Messiah has not come yet and that God is still waiting to send our Savior.
So there are three basic beliefs. Number one, earn your life, earn your earnings, work hard, and earn honest earning. That's the first thing. Second thing is, if you are blessed enough, you have enough, share your wealth with the poor who do not have that much. That's the second thing. And the third thing is meditate on the name of God. Always remember God.
I don't know if I would necessarily adhere to a specific set standard of, I don't know. I don't really think that there's a book of how to be the perfect agnostic atheist, but for myself, I think it goes back to what my family's always told me. Do the right thing for the right reason, regardless. Have integrity. Be the best version of yourself that you can be. Lift others up while lifting yourself up. That's basically it.
Well, some of the basic beliefs is that I know that this might be biased, but like some people are like premarital sex. Catholics don't believe in that. They don't believe that you should room or you shouldn't live with anyone like a significant other unless you're married. I know that some very devout and hardcore Catholics believe that they don't believe in like gay marriage, like that type of deal, but it just really depends on the person. But it's just a part of me that I like to go to church, and ours is very traditional, so it's like almost like calming and like a peaceful time. It's like a de-stressor that everyone like needs in their life. And some churches are really hype and stuff, and so it's also it's just like something that you need once a week. You can even go every day, which is nice for Catholicism because they offer it every day almost in most churches.
I think maybe being in a divorced home, I got to see my dad as a hardcore Pentecostal man, and then I got to see my mom raised as a Methodist, and then the transition back and forth was odd for me because with my dad it would be super religious, but he wouldn't stay consistent with that. And then on my mom's side, I knew that she had been raised in a religious background, but my grandparents on her side didn't really talk about it much. Mom didn't really talk about it much. I knew that she believed in God, but it wasn't that strong of a core in our home. I think being able to see one side of strict adherence, or the way that some households think that you should strictly adhere to a certain type of religion, can kind of be isolating. And adversely, on the other side, it could be like, hey, I don't believe in anything religious whatsoever, so I'll never take into account anything that any religious person says. I think seeing both of those sides as something that's regressive kind of influenced me, because I would like to be open to the idea of, yeah, maybe things do exist like that, or maybe they don't. So whenever I make decisions, I want them to be based off of tangible things that I know, and just be able to kind of reconcile the different types of people in my life.
Well, like with Judaism, people think that we just don't even believe Jesus Christ is a person at all, or like that he didn't do anything, and we believe in him as a person. We just think that he is not the Messiah. And that, but I mean, being a Christian, I do believe he is the Messiah. And so, I mean, I guess just some common misconceptions about Christianity too are that, you know, we're just really stuck on every single belief. Like me as a Christian, I understand that there's multiple religions, there's multiple viewpoints of the Bible and how it can be interpreted. So
The common misconception would be like following the Bible to the T.
Yeah, like
because I know that's like what most people think, but
yeah, but you mentioned like it's up to you, like to decide how much of you want it to be a part of your life and how serious you want it to be.
okay.
Joel is not a government. Usually governments do the oppression. So Joel has nothing, no power to oppress anything.
Okay.
Right? It's a college.
I think it depends on where you go, because I think maybe here on campus or with friends that I've had that don't share the same views, a lot of them have been really open about their faith in positive ways, don't get me wrong, but they kind of view it as you don't really have any moral backing, or you don't really have a solid foundation in something. And I guess I could see where that would come from, but it doesn't mean that I don't have a solid, firm foundation for myself. Maybe social oppression, that kind of thing, but I haven't really had anyone avoid me for it. Just maybe if we're talking about something or having a discussion, people won't really be as open to my opinion because it's not faith-based.
I would say no, just because we have mass that you can go to every Sunday, and there's like, I get the emails all the time about like what we're doing. We have things to do like off campus and like help who needs help. But I wouldn't say there's any oppression towards us. I feel like more people are accepting to it.
No, I don't do that. Actually, I tell them that I'm a Sikh.
I would say I don't, just because I'm fine with confrontation and I'm fine with saying what I believe and how I believe it. And I'll even say, like, I know Catholicism believes this, but I personally believe this.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that I do know people who will say, like, downplay their religion just because they just don't want to have the time of day to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
no, because to be completely honest, I didn't even know there was a Baptist background.
Yeah.
So I don't think it has any effect on any religious affiliation any student has here.
I believe it doesn't. I really don't even hear them mention it that much anymore about how they used to be Baptist affiliated. I know that they were, and I know recently, like real recent, they like stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's opened up a bunch of organizations, which I think is really cool. So I think it's a positive impact.